everybody. It is the coach.
All right, Coach, we welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line, and the New York Giants.
Let's go now. Let's go.
First down, Winston. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And they didn't wait long to take a shot there, that's for sure. But it falls incomplete, and it's second down. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. That'll bring up second down. The Giants and Bucs, these two teams, they met in Week 4 last year in Tampa Bay, and it was Nick Folk with a game-winning field goal, 25-23, and at the time, that sent New York to 0-4.
And how about the last two to get them to 0-4? Lost on a 61-yard field goal at the buzzer by Philadelphia kicker Jake Elliott, and then they lose this one to Nick Folk in Tampa.
Yeah, and then, of course, everyone knew the rest of the story, a season that Giant fans would like to forget. And they'll run it here. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Okay, let's just make this one simple. We know that the running game is not their thing, but they can't just throw it on every single down without expecting some real heat from the pass rush.
And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, third down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well.
And third down is a key down in any game you play, and third down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Manning and the Giants come up now first and 10 at the 20. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
A boost here to start the drive. After the penalty, it's first and 5. The handoff comes to Stewart. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The Pro Bowler Brent Grimes brings him down.
Felt me get a little jangly up there before that last play called, and then once it happened, I was like, oh, because it feels like almost a missed golden opportunity to take a shot in that position.
You think first and 5, maybe you go for a little more than a short run?
Almost a free down.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Bucs are going to take over first and 10 deep in their own territory. Winston now to throw on first down. And Boyd has it over the middle. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs.
And there's a completion to the tight end, and look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
A first down throw for Winston. He's got his tight end over the middle, O.J. Howard. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. First time into the red zone for the Buccaneers. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. From the red zone now, Winston. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
Coverage was very good that time. A nice job to smother him as the ball arrived, and that ensured an incomplete pass.
And it keeps 6 points off the board. And they'll go on the ground. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. The play fake to Sims. Now Winston. This is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Cameron Brate, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first-quarter lead. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
That's fielded in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. And New York set to take the field. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs? One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half.
Here's Riley Dixon now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Jackson. The quick feet by Jackson. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Now a play fake here on first down. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away. But it does get away and it's 2nd down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. A good pickup there, a 22.
I know the halftime's approaching, but I don't think he's going to want to take a break. That's his 5th catch.
Yeah, they've really been targeting the tight end. 1st and 10, Winston. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
For a big guy, Jameis sure can move. Did a nice job there picking up the 1st down with his legs. He is tough to bring down, Jameis Winston. Charles, I remember calling a baseball game of his. He played baseball at Florida State, too. And you saw his legs, tree trunks sprayed it. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Cameron Brate with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the 2nd quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Here's the Giant offense now as they get ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a...
Odell Beckham Jr. He's at the 50, 30, and all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. 55 yards. So Manning to Beckham in this defense, they better hone in on that connection.
It's almost like an electrical charge for him, isn't it? When he catches the first one, I'm talking about OBJ, he just goes to the huddle and says more. And really, he's just one of those guys that once he gets going, look out.
It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
A good pickup there of 22.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Roger Lewis with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Giants have got it back to a 1-score game. And with the rules as touchy as they can be, it's so hard to complete a diving catch in the end zone, but he just did it pretty well.
How about him getting his body, his hands, everything underneath and around the football without it hitting the ground and causing some doubt in the minds of the people who have to look at this and possibly review it. What a tremendous effort and a great catch.
The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in.
He's got a man, complete. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs get the quick strike touchdown.
Brandon, my man, just 1 sentence for that one. Clinic.
And that's what they've done. They lead the league in points per game this season, but it's been quick strike ability as we saw on that drive.
I think they're actually intimidating defenses because they're back on their heels right away, wondering where it's going to come from, how they're going to hit them. This group is well organized, well coached, and extremely confident in what they do.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the Giants ready to come out now.
I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Manning now to throw. And his throw is incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Jackson. The quick feed by Jackson. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. An update from around the league as our first one comes from New Orleans. And the Eagles out in front early. Carson Wentz with one touchdown pass thus far. Winston got his man complete over the middle. That's Howard. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Jameis now on first down. And running with power here. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Deshaun Jackson, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On second down, here's Manning. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
From the gun on third down, Manning. And Ingram holds it in. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Manning now on first down. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete.